Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, work. There you go. Hard work, work. Everybody doing it right. Hard work, work, work. That's what I say.
Hey everybody, it's Ashley aka Army Princess, and welcome back to the channel. This is a very special podcast style episode of Protect Your Peace. And so I'm going to probably do a lot of podcast style episodes here coming up in the future. I want these episodes to be motivating and inspiring, something that you can grab you a glass of wine, grab you some tea or some coffee and just chill out to, whether you are washing the dishes or doing laundry or just on a ride, something you can just turn on and listen to all the way to the end. I'm incorporating this podcast style episode because it's been put on my heart to really speak to you all and feed your soul. And I feel like doing it this kind of way where I can just sit down and talk and speak and get all my feelings out can help motivate other people. So today I want to talk about protecting your peace, all the way from basic training through retirement. And this episode doesn't have to necessarily refer to military. I am a military related channel, so I wanted to gear it towards the military, but you can definitely use these aspects in any area of your life. So let's get into the episode. 2020 has definitely been a year to write down in the books, y'all. I know I'm not the only one who thinks like 2020 has been a crazy, ridiculous year. 2020 came for us, y'all. We didn't send for her, but she came for us. And it started out on day one. We had almost World War III day one. We had Kobe passing away. We had the pandemic in the first quarter. We had riots and marches, and now we into election season, and all of the craziness is still going on. So 2020 has definitely been a year to write down in the books, but it is a year that has taught me how to really protect my peace. Every day there are things that we may encounter, but you cannot give away your energy and give away your power. Like, you just can't do it because it's going to cost you. So let's start in basic training. In basic training, when you join the military, there are going to be people that you see from all walks of life, y'all. People with different morals and different backgrounds, different upbringings. A lot of times in basic training, it is a culture shock for a lot of people because they are thrown into this melting pot, this mixing bowl of all different types of personalities, and you have to learn how to let yourself go as an individual and work together as a team. It's not easy. Trust me, it is not always easy, but it's something that you have to do. And in basic training, I wanted to bring in the aspect of basic training because I feel like this is an area where you really, really learn how to protect your peace. You cannot fight every battle, y'all. You just can't do it. There are going to be attitudes that are off the chain. And that's one area that people seem to struggle with in basic training, especially for my females, is that you are coming together with different attitudes. Like I said, different backgrounds, different morals, and there are going to be people that you may not mesh with. When it's that time of the month and everybody's raging hormones and you're on your cycle, there may be a time that people just kind of crawl under your skin and really, really just upset you. But you have to learn how to protect your peace. You have to pick your battles. It's not always going to be an option for you to have the last word or have your say or, win the argument. In basic training, you have to work together as a team and you have to let some stuff go. Now, I'm not saying just be a softie and let people walk all over you, but you really have to learn how to pick your battles. And this is just life. This comes along with being an adult and functioning in life. My husband always says, is the juice worth the squeeze? Sometimes the juice is just not worth the squeeze. And if you try to squeeze that lemon out and get every last drop, it could cost you some things. So it could cost you your reputation. It could cost you to lose a position. It could cause you to get on the drill sergeant's radar, and it's definitely not worth it. So guys, we need to learn how to protect our peace from the beginning, and that starts when you join the military. Every battle is not one that you have to conquer. Let's talk a little bit about after basic training. I always tell people that basic training is a small, tiny piece of your military career. It is a large piece because, like I said, it's a culture shock to you, but really, you have to start worrying about protecting your peace after basic training. And that's what's going to determine if you are going to have longevity in the military. Now, one of the areas that people tend to gripe and complain about is leadership. Leadership is something that you cannot choose. It's like a family member. You don't get to pick who your sister is going to be. That's just how life is. You have to deal with the hand. What is it? You have to deal with the hand that's dealt you. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. You have to take the lemons that you got and make lemonade with it. So leadership is an area that people complain about. As long as your leadership is not making you do anything that is immoral or unethical, you kind of have to do what they say. It's like they always say, suck it up, buttercup, and drive on. Take the good from the bad and move on. You are probably not going to always have great leadership at every assignment, every duty station that you go. It's just the nature of the beast. That's just like life. When you are out in life, you're not going to always encounter the nice people. You're not going to always have a nice boss. You're going to have to deal with people that you don't like. You're going to have to deal with people that you don't mesh with. You're going to have to deal with things that may cause you adversities, but it's how you deal with it and how you move away from it and move on is what is really going to help you protect your peace. The good thing about the military and dealing with leadership, may it be good or bad, is that they always change out. Usually you are on assignment for 2 to 5 years, depending on your situation. And in that time span, you could probably change leadership at least 2 to 3 times. So like I said, the good thing is if you encounter bad leadership, just know that it's not going to be like that the whole time. You may get somebody that come right behind that bad leadership that turn it around for you, and they are exceptional. And that's the same with duty stations. Just because you're at a bad duty station doesn't mean you have to base the whole military off of that duty station. And it doesn't mean that it's going to be like that for the rest of your career. Duty stations change just like leadership changes. And so to protect your peace, you have to go into it with the mindset that it may not always be peaches and cream and rainbow. It may not always be something that I want or something that I like. But just know that if you take the good out of it, draw the good out of it, try to learn something from it, and just move with intention, that you will be able to protect your peace. So a little bit of a story. When I got to my second duty station, I believe it was, I had what I would consider as horrible leadership. I mean, this NCO did not know who his soldiers was. He was left and right kicking people out of the military. He didn't take the time to get to know his soldiers and the backgrounds and why some of them do the things that they do. And there were a lot of people that just really was not happy with this leadership, and myself included. I almost got in trouble at that duty station because of this leader. And I will not say that everything was blame on him. There were things that I could have done better, but I was a young private, a young soldier, just learning my way in the military. But what I did was take the good out of it. Once I left that duty station, like I said, things always rotate through in the military. Once I left that duty station, I went to an awesome, amazing duty station with an awesome, amazing leadership. But the thing that I did was take the good out of that bad leader. He was somebody who didn't get to know his soldiers. When you know your soldiers, you know how they move, and you know if they move different or crazy, that maybe something's wrong. So what I did was, at my next duty station, I got to know my soldiers. Once I became a leader in the NCO, I took the good out of it. Or I guess I should say I took the bad out of it and used it for good. It made me a better leader because now I know that I need to know my soldiers. In order for us to accomplish the mission and do well and work well as a team, we need to get to know each other. We need to get to know each other's backgrounds. So take what I say as a teaching moment to know, number one, that bad times don't always last, and number two, you can always take the good out of a bad situation. And that's how I was able to protect my peace, because at that next duty station, I knew that I was a better soldier for it. Other things that can cause you to lose your peace is acting on the whim. So had I blew up at that leadership and at that NCO and got myself demoted or got myself an Article 15 and lost my pay, and it would have affected my family, that really would have not let me be able to protect my peace. Like, I would have really been down and out. I would have just had a bad attitude about things. So in order to protect your peace, you need to understand that bad times don't last always, and that you need to use it as fuel and motivation to get through it. The decisions that you can make today could affect you for a lifetime, and that's not what we want to happen. We don't want to see people get demoted and get in trouble. Now, number one thing that I really, really believe in life is that everything happens for a reason, y'all. He would not bring you to it if you weren't able to go through it. And I want you all to really, really remember that. This is one thing I'm telling y'all that really, really helped protect my peace, because anything that you encounter, any wall, any adversity that you come to, just know that it's there for a reason. Like I said, that bad leadership was there in one of my first duty stations to help me become a better leader later on in my career. Had I had great leadership all the way through, and then I got to a soldier that was bad, I wouldn't have known how to deal with it. But by me having that adversity way in the beginning, it really set the mold for me to be a stronger leader from the beginning. So I really, really, truly believe, you all, that everything happens for a reason. One way that we can learn how to protect our peace is let go. Don't hold on to grudges. Let me tell you, let it go, let it go. Like Elsa from Frozen says, you have to let stuff go. You can't afford to hold on to that baggage. You are sitting here holding on to baggage, and these people have moved on with their life. If I would have sat here and been mad at that leadership still to this day, 10 years later, he's out the military. He's moved on with his life. He probably seen so many soldiers after me that he doesn't even remember me if we pass each other right now today in the mall. But by me letting it go, it really has helped me to protect my peace. And this is something that you can use in every aspect of your life. It doesn't have to be the military. You all need to learn how to let stuff go and don't hold grudges, because I'm telling you, the baggage is heavy and you can't afford to walk around with all of that baggage. It will weigh you down, and it will really stop you from attaining your full potential. The decisions that you make today could really affect the stuff that moves you and helps protect your peace later. One of the biggest things that people seem to struggle with, myself included, in protecting their peace is not only letting things go, but forgiving. You have to learn how to forgive. You have to let it go and move past things. Now, I'm not saying you have to forget, but you definitely have to forgive. And this is what's going to really help move you to protect your peace. In the military, there are going to be things that you have to do, decisions that you have to make that are going to be hard. I've been asked to help somebody cheat on a PT test. I've been asked to lie about the whereabouts of a soldier. I've been asked to steal medications in my job, in my everyday MOS. There are things that I'm just not going to do because it would affect my peace. As long as you move through your military career with integrity and honor, I guarantee you the decisions that you have to make, may they be bad or good, hard or easy, will definitely help you make sound decisions, and you will have a peaceful career. You have to align yourself with those type of things. You have to move with integrity and intention and honor and respect in every aspect of your life, not just the military, but this is the thing that's really going to get you from basic training to retirement. I'm telling you all, there are going to be things that you have to deal with, situations that you have to deal with throughout your military career. And in order for you to protect your peace, you have to be true with who you are. You have to let stuff go. You have to realize that everything happens for a reason, and bad things don't last always. So in wrapping this up, I hope this episode definitely finds you well. I hope it motivates you. I hope you're able to get something from it and it feeds your soul. If you like this type of episode, let me know down in the comment section below some other topics that you'd like me to talk about and incorporate them into the military career. I have a list going, and I have some things that I'm going to share with you all during the holiday season for Vlogmas. But I wanted to come on and kind of give this a little bit of a test drive to see if this is something that I want to incorporate in my channel. I'm really liking it. I'm really feeling it because I feel like I could just sit down and have a long conversation with you all during this podcast style. So that is it, guys. I'm going to wrap it up here, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.
Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, work. There you go.